Have you ever wondered what makes actor Matt Bomer so handsome? We can all see that he has great hair and a sharp jawline, but what specifically about his jawline makes it so appealing? And why is the aesthetics community on Reddit in love with him? In this video, we will explore the science behind Matt Bomer's otherworldly beauty. Upon first glance, two things stand out. His jawline is exceptionally strong, and his blue eyes pop out against his jet black hair, meaning high facial contrast. Many say he looks perfect, too perfect and almost fake. In most models, you can instantly spot a small flaw, such as Chico's eyebrows being too high, or Sean O'Pri's jaw frontal angle being too acute. With Matt, there are no obvious flaws, and his face is highly masculinized. Let's look at his jawline first. Matt's jaw overall is very masculine, and is the archetype of the perfect male jaw. It is wide with a good begonial to cheekbone width. His jaw frontal angle is also ideal, giving his jaw a good shape. Too high and the jaw looks triangular, and too low, it looks blocky. This guy who was known for his jaw would be decent looking if his jaw frontal angle was lower. Matt has a thick neck adding to his facial masculinity. Neck size is one of the most important and dimorphic measurements, with women having a far smaller neck than men. You can see how much better and more masculine Obama looks with a thick neck. Bomer's lower third proportion is ideal, and his chin to philtrum ratio is a good 2.3 to 1. Matt Bomer scores perfect on every jaw measurement, getting a 10 out of 10 for the jaw region. Next, we will look at his eye area and see if it can stack up to his jaw. His eyes are vertically narrow, another attractive feature. He has very positive canthal tilt at 7.75 degrees, and Matt has ideal eye spacing when compared to cheekbone width. He has low set and positively tilted eyebrows, which is a look common to all actors and male models. However, his eyes are slightly too close together at 0.91 eyes. This isn't because of his bone structure, but rather because his medial canthus is downturned and very long. Some will see this as a positive, while others may find it uncanny, which is why attractiveness is somewhat subjective. He scores very highly in the eye area, getting a 9.75 out of 10. Next, we will examine his overall facial proportions. His ipsilateral alar angle and jaw frontal are similar with a 6-degree deviation. Ideally, these should be equal, as it looks harmonious, and can look uncanny if they are very different, such as in the face from earlier. His facial width to height ratio is 1.96, which is ideal. A high facial width to height ratio like Bomer's signals strength and dominance and looks intimidating to others. His cheekbones are extremely high set as well, with only Jordan Barrett scoring higher. His nose is slim, and his mid-face ratio is compact. We see the first and only real flaw with his face shape. Matt's is slightly long at 1.4 times the width. The ideal is from 1.33 to 1.38, so it isn't too big of a flaw. His facial thirds are ideal, with the lower third being longest, but one could argue his lower third is overpowering. Either way, it's still a masculinizing feature to have such a large jaw. Matt Bomer scores an incredible 97.1% harmony from the front, higher than even Adriana Lima. Now, we are going to look at his side profile. His gonial angle is ideal, showing good jaw development, as well as his mandibular plane angle. The gonion rests comfortably below the mouth, and his chin is well-shaped, with an ideal mentolabial angle. His ramus is nice and long with a ramus to mandible ratio of 0.61. His jawline is highly dimorphic from the front and the side, with almost no flaws. Looking at his brow ridge, he has an ideal nasofrontal angle, even though it looks a bit weak. He is on the upper end of ideal, and is less masculinized than someone like Sean O'Pri, which is also why he doesn't have super strong eye hooding in the front like O'Pri. His nasolabial angle is good, as well as the rest of his nose measurements. His nose is also straight with no dorsal hump. Matt's orbital vector is positive, which is a rare and attractive trait. However, his forehead inclination is slightly low at 9.8 degrees, while the ideal is from 13 to 24. His convexities are all ideal, showing his good jaw development and creating a very aesthetic side profile. He also scores perfectly on 3 of the lip assessments, but is unideal on the 4th, so let's examine that one. The Steiner's line, more commonly known as the S line, is a cephalometric measurement used in orthodontics to determine bite occlusion. It runs from the chin to the end of the nostril, and it should touch the lips. Matt's is unideal, which honestly surprised me considering his bite looks perfect. Maybe his teeth are slightly retroclined or his lips are just too small, I'm not sure, but it's indicative of some abnormality. Matt Bomer scores 96.6% from the side, giving him a 96.9% total facial harmony, the highest score I have seen. He has a very low body fat percentage, and his face is highly dimorphic, with low-set eyebrows, a wide jaw, and a wide neck. He could be a little better in terms of brow ridge, and his mid-face is a lot smaller than his forehead, which looks a bit odd. He receives a 9.5 for sexual dimorphism. His hair and his youthfulness, skin, and lips measurement receives a 9.25, only because his lips are a bit small, while his skin is vibrant and glowing. His features are a 9.6, as his nose is angular, and he has hollow cheeks, but his eyes could be slightly more striking. To improve his appearance, Matt Bomer should use volufiline to make his lips fuller, and he could get surgery to reduce the size of his forehead to make his face shape is more ideal. But I honestly wouldn't recommend it, because the improvement would be so minor. Overall, Matt Bomer scores a 9.57 out of 10, 1 in 100 million, and one of the most attractive faces I have rated so far, possibly the most attractive in the world. If you want looks maxing advice and a full report like this, you can purchase a face rating from the link in the description. Thanks for watching.